Hey, it's your boy, Taikabo here, and I'm joined here by Kendrick, also
Howdy.
known, also known as Scrambled Eggs and Ramen. We were just like hanging out.
Hanging
Um,
about.
yeah, and I was in the shower and I was just like, I really don't feel like playing video games today, but I feel like talking with somebody because that just makes me happy. And I was
Well,
like,
that's
so
that's understandable. Yeah.
yeah, so I wanted to call up you, and see how you were doing.
Oh, I'm doing a-okay right now.
That's
Did
awesome to
you
hear.
did you did you see the new Fire Emblem banner that came out?
The Halloween one,
Yeah.
I was under impressed until I saw Mr.
Uh,
Dragon Man stance the fuck up.
Dude, freaking, people are going nuts about Grima.
Oh wait, her with like the paws and the cat ears.
Yeah, people are going nuts about Grima.
Okay, let me pull up a picture of that. New Fire Emblem.
Banner.
I typed in banner. Oh no,
Well,
banner. So like I have my microphone like on my computer, and it's because like I have to ASMR my microphone for it to work. I gotta get like right up on it and be like, "Hey, how you doing, baby?" You know, I gotta get all up in the ear. Um,
But you probably not won't find it on Google search. Try Halloween 2020.
okay. Fire Emblem Halloween 2020 banner.
Can I just say
Ah, there you go.
can I just say I really like the hopping vampire lady?
I was surprised. I
What, the
definitely,
Grima?
yeah. And the fact that she's a green unit, that also surprised me. But like seeing this dude's dragon form was like sick, dude.
Oh yeah, freaking vampire dragon times.
Dude, he like stanced the fuck up. He was like massive. I was so fucking surprised. What's this guy's name?
um.
Whatever the hell that is. Dejinsi.
Yes. Jinsi. I didn't see his dragon stance. I don't think.
Dejinsi. Okay, yeah. This is what it looks like.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And he's like fucking massive. I've never seen a dragon just like stand up on two legs and look so intimidating before. But this guy, he was just like, I am large and in charge.
Because like the other two large dragons are like on all fours.
Yeah. And even like fucking what's his name? King Garen. King
King Garen is terrifying. His dragon is terrifying.
Yeah, and you only see it in the fucking in Fates. What's the one that's like the two of them together, like Conquest and Birthright, but it's like the third path.
It's
Revelations.
Revelations. You you mean the fanfic?
Yeah.
Uh,
You only ever see his dragon form in the fanfic because every other time you just see slime Garen.
Slime Garen.
He about to tentacle hentai you up.
Holy shit.
Oh no, you better look away. He'll get you.
Freaking the two other large dragons like in the story, isn't it like Grima, like one of the larger ones?
Okay, Grima's massive, but
And
oh,
then there is I think out of all the massive dragons, Adun is the smallest of the
yeah,
massive
for
ones.
real, definitely. What's really interesting about the Fire Emblem universe is that like they have Altinia. Is it Altinia? I think it's all Altina.
Obtain the one that has like Ike's sword.
Yeah. So like her and Dis C guy, whatever, and then like some other creature are like all like related or whatever. Yeah, like this picture is like a perfect example of it. Because like they all come from the same story, and they're like from the past or whatever. Yeah, see, there's Altina, there's Weird Lion Dude, and then there's Sea Man.
The Vampire Man.
Yeah.
Vampire Bat Dragon Man. Yeah.
I always think it's so weird whenever they introduce like alts as like
Before the character.
yeah. Like why introduce Halloween him before you introduce actual him?
Like what I would do, at least if I was in the position, I would first, like, one event before, I would introduce him, and then when the event actually rolls around, just like actually have his ult out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or I'd like get out every single character before I start doing alts.
Yeah.
Hey, so speaking of Fire Emblem and it being very anime, what's your favorite anime this season?
I haven't been watching too much lately. I think the only thing I've been really watching was what's it called? Fucking hell. It's something. It's the one that's been the most controversial lately.
The one with the girl with the big boobs?
Yeah, what's her face?
I forget her name actually.
Something wants to hang out.
Oh yeah. Well, the funny part about her is that like
Uzaki-chan wants to hang out.
yeah, Uzaki-chan. I would look her up, but like we're probably gonna get a bunch of nasty fan art.
Well, yeah, she was controversial for a solid 3 months.
Yeah, nothing is sacred on the internet, dude.
And then I've been watching, I think, Rent-A-Girlfriend, which then led me to reading the what's it called? The spin-off. It led me to read the spin-off, and I like the spin-off a lot more.
So, what is Rent-A-Girlfriend about, other than like a dude being lame?
So, okay, so without spoiling anything, it's essentially a guy who isn't really good with relationships. Like anyone who first gets a relationship, they're not good at it. And he thinks, oh, I could buy into this relationship. Though it's a really weird situation all around. Some of the characters don't get introduced until much later. In the anime, which I knew that it was gonna happen since I started reading ahead a little bit, but it kind of sucks how you introduce a character at the very last episode of that season and then just leave it off there.
Which character do they introduce?
Oh, what's her name? I'm really bad with names. She's the shy one.
The shy one, the one with the red hair?
Yeah, they introduced her I think the very last episode.
Okay, yeah, because like I don't watch anime anymore.
Oh yeah, it's the fourth one, yeah.
But like every time I do watch anime, it's like on YouTube and it's those 2-minute video snippets of the series.
Yeah.
And like I saw snippets of her, but like I haven't actually like seen those snippets. You know what I mean? I just like saw like the thumbnails on YouTube and was like, oh, shy.
Okay, wait, look at it. Wait, keep looking at that image. Freaking those four, like if you want to put those four like in order, you got the shy one that everyone's like is a cinnamon bun. Then you got the first one who actually likes the main character, but the main character, in a sense, thinks she doesn't exist.
What?
Like in a sense, because she's like, oh, freaking, I want to date you, and the main character's like, nah.
Okay, but like here's the thing, right? She's cute.
Yeah.
She wears sweaters, which is a plus in my book on any person, right? And then she actually likes the main character, who's a sleazebag who rents a girlfriend.
Yeah, he's the main character. Okay, before I get into the manga, the second one is a trash can.
Oh, got it. So she's like the mommy character. Wait, is her name Mommy or Poppy?
I think it's like Mimi or something.
Mimi.
Okay. So I don't understand very well why anyone likes her unless they're just trying to be contrarian.
It's the same way. It's probably the same reason like people like Dio.
But Dio's like likable at least. Like
No,
he's
he
like a cool
isn't.
villain. He's a cool villain. Like that's really about it. But compared to like Mimi is like a villain, but like, uh,
She's
so
not cool.
she's just not cool. So she essentially tries to ruin any chance the guy has with ladies. Like he already has a bad chance, right? Like he's not very good at speaking. He has anxiety problems, and then she just tries to make the situation worse for him.
Okay.
Like even if I don't like the main character, you don't just do that to someone. Like come on.
Okay, so like, what? How does she make it worse for him?
Oh, she just tries this. Just like she speaks bad about him to almost everyone.
So why doesn't he just not hang out with her?
Because she was the one who broke up with him.
So he hangs out with her?
No, he doesn't. He does like in the first few episodes, and then she does. Then not much after that. She appears to try to ruin him, but that's really about it.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was like she was part of his friend group or whatever, and then she was just like overly toxic.
No, she's just toxic.
Okay, got it. That's weird.
Yeah, and I think because of the short time the fourth character, the shy one, had, they made a spin-off just for her.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Wait, does she go out with the main character?
I think at one point, yes.
Oh, I thought the main character gets with this girl.
Well, I think so. No, he doesn't go out with her. She just like hangs out,
Oh.
Not like actually dating.
He gets friend zoned.
Kind
and then
of.
he doesn't date her. What the
Like
fuck?
there's literally there's literally two other characters that don't have to make him pay to hang out with. I'm just saying, like, why would you choose the one that makes you pay for hanging
Yeah.
out?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this anime.
Yeah, like I gotta say it's good. Like it has some funny moments, but if we're talking about the manga, the main character doesn't even get appealing until like I don't know 130 chapters in.
Dude,
Yeah,
imagine needing a whole One Piece season just to become appealing.
Yeah, that's his character is. I would say in some aspects he can be relatable, but in a lot of aspects he's just genuinely an awful person.
I mean, but aren't we all?
Yes, everyone is kind of awful in a sense, but like he's just kind of in a different ballpark. He's just swinging and then he just hits it out.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
There was this one anime where this dude like fucks his sisters.
Oh fuck! I think what's
one's
the
like
name?
One's like a teacher, and then the other one is like a blue-haired chick.
I think I know what that is.
It's like
I've heard of it. I've seen it just on like tier list of infamous animes.
Oh yeah. It reminds me of that because the main character is definitely garbage in that anime, but like, except he's not relatable in any way. He's just terrible. I'm pretty sure it was like, oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. It started with that like one word that you use whenever you describe a toxic relationship between two people in like a court of law.
If you can think of at least one word in the title, I could probably look it up.
What was it? Fuck. Okay, well, I'm just gonna move on, and if I remember it later, then we'll just like come back to it.
Alrighty.
Freaking. So like, I don't watch anime anymore, right? But I watch a lot of those like 2-minute snippets of anime, and also just like.
That avoid copyright on YouTube.
Yeah. And I also watch a lot of anime YouTubers who talk about anime.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, like, fucking, what was his name? Dog VA.
Well, freaking, I've watched some of his videos. I've watched mostly Nuxtaku though.
Oh yeah, I also watch Nux. I don't like Lost Pause anymore.
Lost Pause. I haven't seen him in a long time.
I just don't like his content. I saw a video where like Nux was talking to this one V YouTuber, And Lost Pause came on, and then he was just being super negative and aggressive towards Nux, and I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm not watching this dude's content anymore.
Like Nux' old phrase is "you be toxic to toxic," and then.
Dude, I fucking love Nux when he comes out and he's like, holy, yeah, I'm that guy, you know? You know, and he's just super cocky and flamboyant and over excessive, and I just love it.
No, yeah, he's a very lovable person.
Yeah, and he's just so aggressive, and I love it when he talks about anything.
No, yeah.
Also, he does a lot of collabs with Melanie, and I like that.
Oh yeah, freaking! He's been doing collabs with Melody and Critical, and it's fantastic.
Wait, who's Critical?
Moist Critical.
Moist Critical?
Yeah, he's just a general talk type of guy. Like he talks about everything.
Oh wait, is
I
this
was an extra in the
Pause.
Hunger Games.
This guy?
Yes. Oh, what a magnificent lad.
Okay, yeah, because I watched him play Among Us with fucking
Yeah.
Toast.
Toast. Freaking Toast. People think that people know that Critical, Toast, and a few others are like the best in the world for when it comes to playing Among Us.
Yeah, dude. Whenever Toast is like doing anything, he's OP.
No, yeah, freaking. He even made XQC rage once. Like.
Toast has like the biggest brain imaginable.
Yeah, Toast is great.
For all of our viewers, well, none of them. This guy right here, he used to play Hearthstone, and like they used to ban him from tournaments because he was just too smart.
He's just too good.
And then he played a lot of what was it called? What was this game called?
Teamfight Tactics.
Teamfight Tactics, and I just stopped watching all his content.
Yeah, I did too. I stopped when he started only playing Teamfight. He actually talked about it why he did that.
Why?
Well, it's because they were paying him to play it, not because he wanted to play
it. Damn, he sold out. He sold out super hard. What the fuck?
That's actually one of the few reasons why he stopped playing Hearthstone. Before he started getting paid in Hearthstone, he played it genuinely because he liked it. And then he started getting deals, and then, he's now following where the money's going. And of course, anyone would. If you're getting paid to do something, then why not, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. I had no idea. Did he talk about that on the main channel?
He talked about it on the channel where with all the people he lives with, Offline TV.
Oh, okay. I watch their content, but not as much of their content as I do of Toast. I literally watch all of his Among Us content, as shown by here.
No, yeah, Toast is great. Yeah, he talked a bit about it. I get it why he stopped doing Hearthstone and all that. It makes sense.
I mean, I still wish I could watch his Hearthstone content because that shit was awesome.
No, yeah, I agree. He was the man that built the meta for about 2 years.
Oh my god, yeah.
Everyone watched him to see what decks to make.
Dude, he would make the meta deck and then make the counter to his own meta deck and then make the counter to his meta deck.
He would just infinitely create counters upon counters of just by himself, just of himself.
Yeah, and then
I'm
everybody.
Counter myself. I only counter myself.
And then everybody would watch his videos and then copy his content and then do the same thing, and then he'd counter them.
Yeah, because he'd always be one step ahead. He already had a new deck to counter himself.
Yeah, man, this guy is a mad lad. I love that guy.
Yeah, Toast is very lovable.
Do you watch Giguk?
Giguk? Not very often. I do watch some.
Dude,
of it,
that's the anime. That's the anime. It's called Domestic Girlfriend.
Oh, that.
Oh my god, yes! That's the anime. I gotta go to Alt Tab because, it's gonna be way too horny for me to look at that. Yeah! Dude, 6.8 out of 10! That's right on the money. I mean, honestly, I thought it would be even lower. but like this is the anime we were talking about a while ago.
Dude, freaking, I didn't even watch it. I didn't even care to watch it.
Okay, it was one of those things where like, okay, you know, this is gonna sound terrible, but you know, one time, Ian, Owen, and I were all driving in a car, and I said this completely as a joke, right? But I was like, hey, why don't we go to Walmart and laugh at the poor people? And and Ian was like, oh my god, that's the best idea ever. And he was like, dude, we could go to like somewhere else. And I was like, no, we only laugh at fake poor people, not real poor people. And he was like, oh. And like Domestic Girlfriend is like the same thing, right? Where it's like, it's one of those animes that's just like so trashy, but like you don't go to it to like watch it seriously. You go to it to laugh at the fact that somebody created this.
Damn.
And like I watched it, right? And the whole time I was just like, oh my god, this main character, he's gonna end up in prison. Oh my god, when is he gonna get sent home? When is he gonna go to like the fucking
the brig?
Yeah, when is he gonna get locked up? When's the FBI gonna come crashing through? And it never happens.
Damn.
I was like waiting for it the entire time. I was like, oh my god, how far can this dude fuck up his own life? And then it just gets better at the end. And I'm like, okay, that's not what I came here to watch. I came here to see a full dumpster fire. I wanted to see a dude like crash and burn, and then he just does that, you know? Yeah, but like, I watch a lot of Giguk, right? He made a really great video about like VTubers and stuff, and I was just like, wow, this video is awesome. Yeah.
I got addicted to VTubers and I regret everything. Yeah, I watched that. That was a great video.
Yeah, I like the moment when he like falls and he's like, ah, and then he's like falling past all the VTubers and stuff. Man, that shit's like awesome. That's like the good shit. Hey, how do you feel about VTubers?
I watched some of them. I watched them before they became before they started becoming really, really, really popular.
Yeah.
I've always find them pretty entertaining.
Which ones did you watch before they became popular? Because you did it before it was cool.
No, I wouldn't say I did it before it was cool. I just did it before like the Westerns like the majority of Twitter knew what it was. Put it lightly. It's because before it touches Twitter is not very well known to mainstream people. And then when it hits Twitter, bam.
It's a problem.
That's when the fire begins. That's when things started to spread.
Yeah, that's when you get white moms complaining about Uzaki-chan's tits.
I watched Korone for quite a bit.
Wait, which one's Korone?
She's the dog with the bakery. She likes to eat your fingers.
Dog VTuber.
Korone. I also liked watching Coco, but Coco got suspended, and it is a sad day.
Oh my god, I heard about the Coco thing. She got suspended for saying that like Taiwan isn't a part of China.
No, she said Taiwan was like its own state, and then China's like,
Man, China's so fucking dumb.
I smell controversy, said China.
I just don't like the fact that like China feels the need to just bully every single person in their state into being like part of their regime.
I know, like and people said like Blizzard was bad to bending to the knee to China, but everyone's bending the knee to China.
Yeah, dude. They kind of like run everything, honestly.
The thing is, as much as people say it's for money, it could also be for other reasons. At least in my perspective, let's say I ran Blizzard, right?
Yes.
The only reason why I would still go with what Blizzard did is so that people can actually still play the game, at least. Like, you don't even have to pay for it. I could care less if people bought anything from Blizzard, but there's some people play games to relax, and imagine if that thing is taken. Just because your country's like, nah. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Well, essentially, if Blizzard, let's say Blizzard didn't ban Blitzchung, right?
Yes.
China would remove all types of Blizzard Entertainment shenanigans and from China, and no one would be able to access it anymore.
Oh.
So, besides the main idea that Blizzard loses money, people will also lose the ability to play any of the games they provide.
Okay. Now I understand.
That's kind of why how Steam does its own thing when it comes to like people instead of give a grand speech for winning, they also always record the people beforehand.
Oh. You know, that's
That's
smart.
why that's why Steam I think stays out of controversies if it isn't, their own shitty business decisions like Artifact. Besides that, I think that's the main reason why Blizzard was not why they bent the knee and why everyone else is bending the knee, because once you take something from the people will have something less to look at, and then slowly but surely those people will just be depressed.
I mean, you know what's so crazy about like communism and stuff? And like it's such a big buzzword, right? Where like everybody in America, they hear the word and they just go hiss, right? Same thing with like socialism. But they're like but like food stamps and like government subsidized housing and like things that like help people who are like on the lower end of like income or whatever. Those are all like socialism ideals, right? And a lot of people benefit from this, yet they still go hiss whenever they hear socialism or communism, right?
Oh yeah. I think I talked about this to Dylan before, but I wouldn't say I'm anything good at politics, but I think for a perfect world, for communism to even work, you'd need a mixture of a lot of different governments, like, to actually make it work. Because pure communism can always lead to a power vacuum. Let's say I got the power, right?
Yes.
Let's say I got the power of all the United States. I made it a communist like country, whatever. Then if I die and I don't have anyone else to pick for laters, then it slowly starts creating a power vacuum, creates infighting, makes things worse. Besides the fact that people already have to work pretty harsh conditions depending on how I'm going to run it. If I was I'm just going to say this, if I was ever a dictator, I would just be a pushover.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's difficult to even be able to pull that off for long. Like, sure, you can pull it off for a bit, maybe for a while, but after a bit, people will start, getting angry, start wanting to revolt.
Here's how I feel about communism, right?
Yeah.
I think it is fundamentally flawed.
That's what I agree.
I think it's a good idea on paper, but like in practice, there's nothing to motivate people to have like actually good jobs whenever you're in a position to like prioritize quantity over quality. I think that you can do a mixture, right? Where you can have like, let's say everybody gets $1,000 or something, and then that's a baseline for people to like step up from, right? Instead of like having like Medicare and stuff that like boxes people in, or because like people who only make a certain income are allowed to get it, and if they make a little bit over that income gap, then they lose all of their benefits.
I always found that to be super fucked.
It is. I mean, I think that like everybody should just receive the benefits, and then and then like everybody can profit from it, everybody can be good, and then like the people who don't need it just won't use it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. I've always found that's a thing that my family has to like live on, right? Not only Medicare. That's my mom was telling me about it. It's like, Kendrick, if you get once you get a job, you gotta let me know so we can keep it separate from like house stuff, so it doesn't count against your Medicare. And I'm like, oh, all right. And it's like, it's one of those things where the people think, oh, you're making a little bit over that. You should be fine to pay for it. No, paying for actual medical bills is not very easy.
Dude, I had to quit my job for those exact reasons.
It's just our jobs are not even worth like giving up, the ability to have at least some kind of medical care.
Dude, can I explain to you what happened to me?
Yeah.
Okay, so like my mom and we live in Section 8 housing.
Mm-hmm.
And Section 8 housing is like housing for people who are like below a certain poverty line. And then like those people make a certain amount of money, and then their rent is a percentage of all the income that they make, right?
Yeah.
Which is how I think that like all housing should be, because like if you're paying more than like 50% of your income for rent or whatever, then how are you gonna make all of your other expenses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my mom, right? She makes like a certain amount of money every month. And then, like, I worked over at GameStop, and I would make literally $200 a month, right? Not even that much. That's, like, nothing when it comes to income. But the government was like, that is more than enough for you guys to be able to live on your own, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, there was a chart that they, like, sent us that showed us, like, where we are on, like, the poverty line. And we're like the bottom like 1%, which is like completely terrible, right? And the only reason that we do well is because we have Section 8 housing, right?
Yeah.
And like what's so fucked about it is that like that $200 that like I get doesn't bring us out of that 1% poverty line, but then it makes them want to stop helping us completely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like me making $200 extra a month would mean that we lose all of our benefits. So that's why I had to quit my job, right? Because it wasn't worth it enough for me to actually work and actually do things. For them to like do that. Because like the idea of all these like limits is to motivate people to like work harder and like get a job and do stuff. But like
this
the
makes
amount
me
of
not motivated.
yes, it does the exact opposite. It doesn't give me a platform to stand on to like move up in the world. It just locks me in a box. And I don't know, it's kind of stupid how the government works.
Mm-hmm. Me and Dylan, right? Like back to Dylan. Me and Dylan have talked, I think, nearly about anything there is to talk about, and this is a conversation that came up, I think, a week ago.
Man,
we were looking at housing, and we came to the conclusion that it would be nearly impossible to live alone without living with many other people, because housing is getting increasingly difficult to pay for.
Yeah, because like rent a month is like upwards of $1,000 anywhere you
Yeah. And it's not even a big place either. Like there's these apartments near me, right? I think like 1,500 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and that's it.
Oh my god. You know, a while ago, I was thinking that I could, like, get an apartment with my friends. Because I wanted to move out so that I wouldn't have the problem of, like, being a burden on my mom's Section 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, I talked with, like, 4 of my friends about moving into an apartment, right? And we, like, checked every single place within the area, right? And, all the places were 1,500 and upwards for, like, 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, you know?
Yeah.
And the problem with that is that, like, if we, like, divided it amongst ourselves, right? It would be around, like, I don't know, it was, like, 350 or something like that. Not 350, it was, like, 400. 1,500 divided by 4.
Let's just say, like, 400 each, just to be easy.
Yeah, it was, like, 375 or something like that. And, like, for each of us to make that amount, then we'd have to work, like upwards of like 20 hours a week, which isn't that bad, right? Because like I worked that over at GameStop, right? And that's not terrible, right? And it's enough for us to like get food and survive off of it. But the problem is the fact that we have like 4 people, right? And combined, it's about 50% of our income.
Really?
which is
Ooh.
so bad. Because like in my personal finance class, we learned that like, if you have like rent or whatever, it's supposed to be like less than 12% of your income. Like as a rule of
Jeez.
thumb, because anything more than that is gonna be like extra stressful for you.
Yeah.
And like I don't want to get an apartment with some friends because like I really don't know if my friends can handle that type of pressure.
No, yeah.
Like what if one of them loses their job, right? Everybody else has to pick up the slack, and that's not cool. That's not okay.
Yeah,
Um
for to be able to do that, you really need to make sure everyone has a stable enough job. And it's a good thing you guys didn't even go through with it because especially with all the COVID stuff.
That would have been really bad. But this was like way before that. It was like almost last year.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, it's just really stressful. I don't think my friends could put up with that stressful environment. And on top of that, some of my friends are really fucking nasty.
Like in what way? Just like are they just slobs
Yeah.
or like
Because like Owen, he's just I don't get how somebody's like okay with like having a room just completely destroyed all the time. I don't
like
understand
dude,
that.
I can act as lazy as I want, but at least once a week I try to clean the entire place, like on my knees, just like clean. Mm.
Okay, like I'm not
No.
a neat freak or anything. Like I don't vacuum
Oh, I'm
every
not.
day, you know?
I'm not either. That's why I always only do it like once a week, so that
Mhm.
everything looks clean.
Yeah, but literally every day I like just like pick up all the trash in my room and I just like move it to the trash can, you know? I don't just
Yeah.
like leave shit on the floor. I don't leave my
Yeah, yeah.
blankets everywhere. I don't just like throw shit, my pants all over the floor. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's just there's a different vibe, right? And a lot of these people, like, I don't think that they've ever like thought about living on their own before, right? Like, I'm not sure if Owen would do dishes ever, you know. I'm not sure if Ian would definitely do dishes because like he does that at home. But like I'm not sure if he'd ever be like okay with doing his own laundry, you know, that type of thing. And I don't want to be that mom of the household.
The mom of the house.
Because
Yeah, I
that's definitely
understand
what
that.
I would be, and it's like it's a mindset that I've just kind of adopted.
No, yeah.
But it's just not. I don't want to be doing that for 4 people. I
It's
already
completely
do it for
understandable.
one.
I would say that I do some chores at the house. I wouldn't say I do many, but I'm usually keep any mess of my own to myself. Usually, if I make anything.
Kendrick, I feel like you're a responsible person. Like if I'd live with
Oh.
anybody, I'd be okay with living with you. Like that's not an invitation because I don't want to live with you. But like I'm just saying like you'd probably be the best out of my friends.
Damn, bro.
Mostly because you worked a job, you had a steady source of income, and then on top of that, you tell me a lot about your family, and I can tell that you pitch in a lot and you do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with
and I've
like
already
taking
thought
care of
about-
your sister.
Yeah, and I've already thought about like leaving before.
Yeah,
So
like if I could, I would.
No, yeah.
But it's just not feasible right now.
No, yeah, especially in this economy, it's just kind of like, ugh.
I can't
Ugh.
do it in Asheville in general because like Asheville's just so expensive.
I can agree. Asheville, well, on top of it being one of the places that blew up out of nowhere, it is also a tourist area,
Mm-hmm.
and we're fucked because tourist areas are not very good to live in unless you're getting paid high.
This economy, like, is based on white people moving to, like, white old people retiring here. And there are so many, like, areas where, like, the whole area is just built on serving those types of people, and that's why everything's so expensive.
Yeah. I just I spoke to Damiana before, and we were talking about it. It's like if we're gonna move, we're gonna stay in like in a mountainous region, but we're just moving away from this mountainous region.
Yeah. Because mountains are like the perfect place to be. Because of course you're gonna have like really bad like snow and stuff, but like
Compared to tornadoes, twisters, tsunamis, monsoons, I think staying in the mountains is
Yeah.
the nicest place.
Because you need like, what is it? 30 miles of flat land to have a tornado or something. How many miles of flat land do you need for a tornado? No, that's not it. Okay, well,
You just need a lot of flat land.
yeah. You need a lot of flat land, in order to, like, get a tornado to come and, like, sweep through. So, like, yeah, mountains are, like, the way to go. They're the place to live, and that's why everybody wants to move to Asheville, because we have, like, no natural disasters except for rain.
And the possible, like, maybe flooding of the nearby river, or maybe a blizzard at worst.
We never even had a blizzard. We had a lot of rain, but that was it.
We had one blizzard, and it was, I think, if I read it correctly, I think it was in 1993.
Dude, with global warming, I don't think we're having one of those anytime soon.
No, yeah, I can agree.
But it was crazy when, fucking... I'm not gonna say this on camera because, like, I don't want people, like, narrowing down exactly where we live. But, like, there was a whole area in our, like, close vicinity that got completely flooded.
Oh yeah, my stepdad worked, I think, around there.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
No, yeah, he was telling me, it was a restaurant. He was telling me, like, how bad it was getting.
Whose stepfather?
Mine.
Oh, yours. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said
He was-
Maya's stepfather.
Oh no.
But
My
you said
stepfather.
my
Oh, lol.
as in, like, my
My stepfather. There we go.
yeah. Oh, that's
No, yeah.
crazy. You said he works over at, like, a restaurant?
Yeah.
Is he still over
And-
there?
Yeah, he still works there. He was the one that cleaned out the place when that flooded.
Oh, that's crazy. That's a lot of work.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know
they-
how I'd feel about that.
They paid him well, so I guess that's pretty a-okay for him
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Dude, any form of cleaning is just a no-go on my side.
Really?
Yeah, I just hate it. Not okay, like, I can clean for
Not-
myself. I can clean my room. I can clean my bed, you know, that type of thing. But, like, cleaning up a mess that somebody else made is just a no-go for me. Like if my boss tells me to fucking vacuum or sweep the floor, I'm gonna be like, no, that's not my job, you know?
Yeah. I'm usually a very cleanliness guy. I wouldn't say I'm like one of those people who like clean for all eternity, hoping to scrub away the fabric of the universe. No, like I like to clean. I like to keep things clean as long as it's within my constant vicinity. Let's say Jerry created a mess in his room. I'm not gonna go clean up his room.
Yeah.
But if there's like a mess in the hallway, like sure, I'll just clean it up real quick and just get done with my day.
Yeah, because that's a common area that both of you guys hang out in.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
understand
Like,
that.
as long as it's like within my way of doing things, then yeah.
Yeah, if it's something I have control over, then I probably will clean it. Yeah, because, like, I went through and I, like, when I moved, I had, like, cleaned all of my amiibos, because they get, like, coated in a layer of dust. And, like, have you ever, like, seen something that got, like, covered in dust, right? And it got to a point where, like, it
It's
was, like...
literally like a hat.
Yeah, it's so bad. Like, I cleaned off all of my amiibos, and it was, like, the whole, like, rag I used to clean it off with was just, like, fuzzy.
Dude, so work story.
Mm-hmm.
When I started working at the Fun Depot, it was dirty. Like I mean, real dirty.
I mean, yeah, because you got so many kids.
No, like not even kids, just dust. No one knows how to clean like on top of the machines. No one knows how to clean like within areas where kids would go, but they don't never clean there, so like they don't really care. So I was the type of guy, like I got employee of the month the first month I was there because I actually cleaned very heavily and made sure everything was tip top shape. The moment I think I stopped caring for my I cared for my job, right? Like I wanted to keep it, but the moment I stopped caring for a bit was when I was disrespected at my own job by my bosses. So I was just like, why should I care? I'm just gonna fuck off. Why not? Like, look, I will work my ass off for as long as I'm getting paid, right? I'll work my ass off.
Yeah.
But the moment you disrespect me, you're gonna have to ask a few times for me to do anything at that point.
Okay.
Because without saying names, one of my bosses, right?
Yeah.
She was she was nice, I guess, to start off with, and then it kind of got worse. So
Oh.
she was she worked with special kids, right?
Yeah.
But she treated everyone in her workplace like that.
Oh.
She
I
didn't
don't like
treat us
that.
like adults. She would talk to us in a very condescending smile voice, like she's gonna like she gave that smile where it's like, I really don't care what you think.
Okay, so I dated this one chick named Socorro, and her mom had this voice and this way she'd look at you, and like, dude, I've never felt I don't know how to describe it. I just felt bad.
Like, was it like a power entity, or was it like a glare?
It's like when your mom is disappointed in you, except it was like literally
Oh.
everything she said all the time. And I think it was just the way like she was, like her voice was. But like, I don't know, talking to her always just made me feel bad.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Dude,
Damn.
I'm gonna see if I can like channel her real quick and like see if I can like do her voice. She'd be like, Tyree, I'm not sure if that's like entirely appropriate. You know, and like she'd say things like that whenever I'd say like the F word or something like that. Or like, and then like, yeah, she'd talk like that whenever we weren't even like, when she wasn't disappointed in me.
Damn.
So she'd be like, oh, that's nice, you know, and stuff like that, and it just felt so sarcastic and terrible. I don't know how to
Jesus.
describe it, but some people just have that way of like talking to you that just makes you feel terrible.
It's like that is fucked.
Except
I
like,
felt like. Oh.
it wasn't
Yeah,
to me,
continue.
it wasn't just to me, it was just to everybody.
So I guess it's just part of her voice box that
Yeah.
she.
I mean,
So,
honestly though, like, if somebody does it to everybody, then I think it's okay. Same way I feel about like the N-word. Like, you can say the N-word as long as you say it to white people and black people and Spanish people and Germans, you know? Like, if you just say it to everybody, then I'm okay with it. But if you say it only to black people, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Freaking.
and it's the same way with her voice. Like, if she did that only to me, I'd be upset.
Speaking on that word, freaking the other day, right? Like you know like the really old fashioned way of saying black, right? Like
Yeah.
negro, which is a Spanish word, and it's usually just to the color black. But to English, anyone speaking, English, they think it's something worse.
Oh.
And me and my mom were talking. It's like, oh, this is a really nice black shirt. You should try this on. And I was like, all right. And then this Karen from
Oh my god.
the other side of the world was like, what did you just say? And my mom was like, were we talking to you?
Be like, bitch, we were speaking Spanish. Go mind your own white business.
Like, because like, I'm just gonna say it in Spanish, negro.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's how you say it. That's how you just say black in Spanish.
And dude, like, the Chinese also have that word.
And it's just like, we were literally talking about this shirt right here. Like, go away. It's just, I don't know. There was white people be acting strange.
I mean,
That's the
like,
best way I can put it.
and even then, I don't think it's like she should be telling you that you can't say that word.
Yeah.
And it's
There
not because you're Spanish, and I'm just saying it's because she's white.
Yeah.
I don't think that she should intrude on your conversation and say, "Hey, you shouldn't say the N-word."
No, yeah. It's kind of like a fully weird situation with a lot of people that a lot of like people of color, black people, Spanish people, Hispanics, Mexicans, nearly everyone doesn't care, but then there's always like people are like, oh, we've got to tell people what they can't tell you, and I'm like, I didn't ask.
Yeah, because like there are so many white people who like get upset and they say things like, you can't say the N-word, or I can't say the N-word, why can't I say the N-word, you know, and stuff like that. But like, okay, so I had a conversation with this dude, and he was like, why can't I say the N-word, but I can say like the like Jewish or something like that. It was like we had a conversation about this, and I was like, if you're not saying one word, then that instantly makes it worse than whatever word you're comparing it to, right? So like, in a conversation where he was comparing the N-word to Jewish, right?
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay to say Jewish because, but it's not okay to say the N-word because you're literally saying N-word instead of the actual word, you know?
Yeah.
It's like something that's like just not okay, period. And the main reason it's not okay is because it was used so much in hate speech.
Yeah.
And I don't even like it when black people say it, right? I don't like saying it either. But like sometimes I do, and it's just like something that slips out. But even then, it's not a white person's job to tell me that that's not okay, and it's not a black person's job to like. Actually, no, never mind. I shouldn't say that because like it is their job to tell a white person that it's not okay. It's just not okay for a white person to walk up to me and tell me I can't say the N-word as a black person, or as a Spanish person, or like a white person talking to another white person. I don't think that you should walk up and say, "Hey, you're not allowed to say the N-word." Now, if they're using it to objectify people, if they're using it as hate speech, if they're using it towards a black person who doesn't want to hear that from them, then yes, it's a problem.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
There's one of my friends, Kalen. He not Hayes Hartman, big man.
Hartman, I like him.
His dad is hilarious. Like he said like a really funny gardener joke, because you know the entire thing where Spanish people are like gardeners for and stuff, and I laughed. I laughed so much, and you know I think later, I really didn't. I didn't take offense to it, because like normally it's like any other person would tell me, what, you didn't take offense to that? Oh my gosh, I'm going to try to cancel that person that just told you that. I'm like, what? But it was funny.
Yeah, it's not a problem if it's a joke.
No, yeah, like I'm okay. Like if you're gonna make fun of me, make it a joke. Come on, I want to laugh.
Okay, I don't know about like the whole like making fun of you specifically, but like just telling a joke isn't a problem.
No, yeah.
Like I don't like. Okay, like if he would have just told that to his son normally, right? Then that's okay.
Yeah.
But like if he saw you and only said the joke because you were Spanish, then yeah, I'd be upset about that.
No, yeah.
But like if he says that to white people too or to black people, then I'm like, oh, okay. Like there was this one joke and it was like, well, what's the difference between a black man and a park bench?
Oh, I've heard this one.
One can support a family.
Freaking fuck.
And like that's one of those jokes that's like very mean spirited.
Yeah.
And like like targeted towards me, I'd feel insulted, right?
Hmm.
But like if it said like in private by like two black people to each other, I don't think it's a problem. Or a Spanish person to a black person, or two white people, then I don't think it's a problem. But like if like somebody says that to another person in an attempt to hurt them for being black, then I think it's a problem.
No, yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
There's just some things that you can't say, and people should also understand that people can say these things without meaning any spite or harm.
Yeah. And like I'm a really blunt person, but like there's a limit to how blunt a person can be, you know?
Hmm.
Like there are some things that are just like not okay, period. Even if
Period.
you're just like stating facts. And it took me a while to learn that.
And it did.
I mean,
I
yeah. Because like throughout like the first 2 years of like my high school career, I would just be mean to people. And it was just
I
because
have
like
to.
I didn't care about their feelings and I didn't need to. But like it took me a while to realize that like that stuff affects you. That stuff affects the people around you. How you treat them is like it matters, you know?
Yeah. To
Um
me, well, actually, you continue my story.
no, I'm totally I'm done. You just keep talking.
Okay. So speaking on middle school, right,
Mm-hmm.
and high school and stuff, I was kind of the opposite. I was exactly the opposite. I treated everyone with as much respect as I could, and then people didn't like reciprocate that feeling of respect.
Mm-hmm.
And I slowly started becoming a person that just stopped caring about what other people thought, and just started caring about the people I already have that respect me, and I'll respect them as much as I can.
Okay. I like how uh you're always like very very quick to step back against opposition. Not
Hmm.
step back, step forward towards opposition, you know? Because like I remember we had not an argument, but we had a disagreement about like seating in an English
Oh yeah,
class,
I remember.
and it was like me not saying please.
It's
Um
because for me, I've always like been
yeah,
kind of icky about that.
it was a respect thing. And like I should have that was like during those like 2 years of me just being mean to people. And like I know I was in the wrong there.
Hmm.
Um and that was just like one of those moments where like you definitely checked me on my bullshit. And like that's what I was saying before about like you being very like like ready to check people on their bullshit.
I haven't really thought of it like that. I've always just been very like, you gotta, if you're gonna treat like the good old golden rule for elementary school, treat people like you want to be treated.
Mhm.
And I've been stuck with that for a long time.
Because you
I
definitely
think.
treat people well. That's for sure.
Hmm.
It's just that you're like whenever somebody's being an asshole, then like you're very open about challenging them on that.
Yeah, for that I actually had to learn to do that to people in middle school because I was just pushed around. I was
People
a
in middle school are terrible.
freaking before leaving high school. Oh, before leaving high school, people were just terrible. Like, have you seen? Do you remember? Wait, do you ride the bus? Just a quick question.
I used to.
Like back in high school,
Yeah,
freaking before we jetted out of there because the whole pandemic thing, those middle schoolers were a bunch of bitches. I'm not gonna
they
like
really
say
are.
say this lightly. They were just a bunch of bitches. I knew my middle school classes were like, iffy here and there. They were worse.
Yeah. And dude, like, I was such a terrible person back in middle school. Um, I was like really like overly depressed. Like, I don't think that like kids should ever like feel depressed, but like I was like really bad. And like I treated everybody around me terribly. And then when I got to high school, I felt like I could do the exact same thing. And then that's when I learned to like treat people better.
Well,
Um,
that's good.
yeah, and like the important part of like being a child and like becoming an adult is that you have to learn to not be an asshole. And it's not easy. It really isn't.
Oh,
It's so easy to be an asshole.
it's like the entire thing where it's easy to give up, but it takes more effort to push through.
I remember I talked to my mom, and she was like, "No, it's only difficult for you to not be an asshole." And I was like, "See, that statement right there makes you an asshole."
I would say it's difficult for anyone who's already has the mindset in, and to change it will take time.
Oh my god, you know, like retraining your brain is such a difficult procedure. Because like it's like retraining your bad habits is like very difficult. Because every time you do an action, right, or you create a habit, then that like creates a little line on your brain or whatever. But whenever you like I want to draw a picture real quick of this. Let me go to new.
The wrinkly brain. Ooh.
Okay. So like, let's say you got a brain, right? Just a normal brain, right? And then here's your like lobe or whatever, where you do all your weird shit.
Yeah.
Now, every time you like do an action, like let's say you choose to not do your homework, right? Then that's like one groove on your brain. And then every time that you like do it again, then that like deepens the groove, right? And that makes you do it more often because it's a channel on your brain that you like think more, right?
Yeah.
And like retraining your brain means creating a new groove and then strengthening that new groove while that old groove is still really big.
And then making that old groove shrink little by little.
Yeah, just like slowly making it smaller while having the other one still be bigger, right?
Yeah. I actually had to retrain my brain to be more, try to be more productive. I'm still having trouble.
Yeah, I really have a hard time staying productive. In my math class, I got like really like 2 weeks behind on homework just because like I really didn't want to do it. You know how like sometimes you get stuck, you know? You'll like do a problem and then you'll get stuck on like one problem.
Yeah.
Well, instead of like just like moving on to the next one, I just decided to take a break, right? And then that break went from 1 day to 2 days, and then 2 days to 3 days, and then 3 days to 4 days. And I just recently got back into it. And my teacher's been super nice about it. He's like, let me do all of my late work, and he hasn't like given me like a super big penalty. But that's like something I shouldn't have done, and I shouldn't have strengthened that groove in my brain.
I am missing, I think, 1 week's worth of math work, though the teacher will accept it anyways with like a 20% penalty, which I'm glad, because it wasn't that I like decided that I wouldn't want to do it. It is just for the mere fact that the teacher didn't give us a heads up that this existed.
Oh. You know, I think my microeconomics class has the same problem. Because like all of the homework is on this separate website, and in Pearson, not Pearson, in Moodle or whatever, it shows like the due dates for all these different assignments. And in the assignments, it goes like 1, 2, 3, 5, right? So I just assumed that we wouldn't have work for 4.
But no, you have to do it like on the other site.
Yeah, it's on the other site, and it's just not on Moodle for some reason. And
Same.
I was like, that's so weird.
So I had to receive work from both Moodle, MindTap, and like Pearson. I'm like, can I just have all my work in one place,
dude,
and just do it?
The fucking Pearson website just never works for me. Apparently it has something to do with my like ad blocker or whatever. So like I had to like open up the website on my phone instead of like on my computer because like I don't want to turn off my ad block every time I go to the website. But every time I go to the website, this is what happens. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Pearson. I'm gonna click this, right? So what it does is it shows this page, right? and then when I clear my cache and my cookies, I still get this page.
Huh.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't understand why it works the way it does. But like, uh, so I've just been doing it on my phone, and that was like a big like barrier for me from like my math class because I just didn't want to do it on my phone, you know. But
Mhm.
I just went through and I did like all of my late work yesterday, and I got like a test to do tonight, but like I got time for that, you know.
Yeah. My so so I have 6 classes I have to do, right?
Yes.
2 maths, medical terminology. I think
Medical
like
terminology.
then there is some weird Word document one, which is getting really stupidly complicated.
Yeah.
Then there's another one which is learning how to use like organization office stuff. It's like office work essentially,
Okay.
in like a transfer program. The transfer program, some of those sites they give us sometimes don't even work. The math
Yeah.
class I am having insane trouble with. I am barely getting by.
Which math class do you have?
Advanced trig.
Oh, yeah, I could see why that would be a problem.
The other 3 classes I'm doing pretty well with, except just the problem is that I need to stay up late to actually finish some of the work they give me.
Yeah? How does
Yeah,
that work?
like there's so one of the classes, right? Instead of being great and courteous and having the due date to be like at midnight, it's at 10 a.m.
What the fuck? Why is it at 10 a.m.?
and I have to finish it before then, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn this very early on that if I wanted to get my work in done, I would actually have to work some later nights on that work. Like there's one thing, this office work. My God, you have to organize. Let's say you have a list of names, right? Like
Yes.
everyone you, just for an example, you have their phone numbers, where they work, blah blah blah, their whatever, and you had to organize them in order. Now
Mm-hmm.
you have to pick in which order you want them. You want to do it by phone number, name, etc., etc., etc. And then you have to learn what words to use first. So let's say, Kendrick. Kendrick works at the fish company.
Yes.
Well, you can't have the in the middle of it. You have to always put it at the end.
Wait,
And
why?
Kendrick, e- exactly. I don't know.
Okay.
And let's say that Dylan, right, works at the office of internet security.
Yes.
You have to put "of" at the end in parentheses.
Why? Okay,
I
sorry,
don't
I'm gonna
know.
stop asking this question because, like, I know what the answer is gonna be.
I genuinely don't know. It's just stupid work.
Yeah, that sounds
And
dumb.
so imagine that, right? But you have 50 names, 50 different jobs, 50 different addresses, and you have to figure out how to organize them correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they give us, a crap ton of tries to like fix it and whatever. But like, goddamn, is it boring work?
Dude, it sounds like my fucking personal finance class. My teacher was just a bitch and super meticulous about everything. It sounds like that's
That,
meticulousness, the class.
no, yeah, you could say that again. I had to like pull an all-nighter to finish. I'm finally they're giving us a 2-week break, right? Like I don't
Oh,
have the next time I actually have to do work is I think on the 16th. Not even 2 weeks, like a week and a half. What I'm planning to do is just do all my work ahead of time. Just finish
oh,
it.
that's so smart, dude. I wish I like had the strength to fucking do that.
So what I'm gonna do, right?
Uh huh.
Today is like my like I work very little today on stuff because I generally wanted to relax today while
Oh,
still doing, some work here and there.
yeah. I'm
And
sorry
I
to be
think
coming in on your relaxation day.
no, it's completely fine. It's talking to people is relaxing, believe it or not, for me.
I agree. You know, not
Um,
many gamers feel the exact same way.
I don't know. It's just there's something great about sharing experiences and time with others. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like a
Ye-
Um, yeah,
Yeah, I've been recording a lot lately. Well, not a lot, like very little, and it's mostly because like Ian hasn't been up to record.
yeah,
But he hasn't been like up to record with me for like the past like month.
it happens. I haven't been like my one drawing a day thing. I had to stop a little bit ago because I was just running out. Like I was running out of fuel,
Running out of gas.
and then I went on to writing, right? And then I was starting to run off of gas there too.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just completely just jumped on playing old games that I like to play, like
What old
Slay the
games?
Spire.
Oh, dude, we gotta do some Slay the Spire together. My brain is so big.
I did some Slay the Spire, Enter the Gungeon,
I
Balloon's
love
Tower.
that game too.
I started doing like a bunch of old games that I really enjoy, and it's been great.
Dude, really though, you gotta hit me up when you start playing that shit because I would love to play that stuff with you.
I've been funny enough, I've been trying out different mods in the Slay the Spire too.
Oh,
Like you know, checking new events, adding new cards.
did
I
you
even
try
had
the Hollow Knight one?
I've been trying to get that one to work. It's not working.
Oh, it must have
It is-
gotten outdated with the patches.
I think it did because I've trying. I've tried I think for an hour yesterday trying to make it work and I just couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the ones that I've been playing the most. Let me check. I need to boot up the game to see because so for you to be able to play modded Slay the Spire, you need to have Java installed.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's because it organizes and makes sure the mods are in working pristine condition.
It
That's
wasn't
the-
like that when I played.
It was like that for me. I have to have Java up to play Slay the Spire in tip-top
It must
shape.
be a new thing.
So okay, here are the ones. I got one called Hololive mod. got Hololive 1 it's like playing a different game altogether.
That just
It is
automatically
great.
sounds amazing.
So I'll explain each mod in quick detail. The Hololive mod is in a sense like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. More
Oh.
like Yu-Gi-Oh, I would say. So you know how you can put your beasties down right on the field,
Yes,
and then they protect you from taking damage to the face,
yes.
or you can attack, or it's essentially like that, except your trap cards are just your spells, and that's it.
Oh.
And it's really fun. Like fighting against a boss and having like I don't know, 6 waifuable people like start bashing its face in is just hilarious.
6 waifus. I like that.
Because I think like at the start you can have 6 to like complete like protect you, and then as the more you play there's cards, the different spells that add more spaces on the field so you can put more.
Mhm.
It's fun. It's like playing a completely different game. Then there's the animator pack. The animator pack is like playing a new version of the base game, and it's great as well.
Mhm. So
So
tell me about that.
So the animator one is just a bunch of it's a bunch of animes, except like the main 3. Remove the main 3, and it's just a bunch of animes. And they're like the cards are based off those animes. Like let's say Goblin Slayer, right?
Goblin Slayer.
If you run the Goblin Slayer pack, it's one of the harder ones to run, but it's the hardest hitting.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, so let's say you're playing the Goblin Slayer. There so if you're running this pack, goblins will start shuffling into your deck, right?
Mhm.
And they're not good cards. They're useless essentially.
Okay.
But let's say you have a deck of 10 cards, right? And somehow you get 30 goblins in there.
Mhm.
You play the Goblin Slayer, he deletes all the goblins from your deck and deals like 80 damage.
I like that.
Like it's great.
I like that a lot. Why
Then what?
why haven't we gotten a Goblin Slayer RPG?
I think it's because of how messed up it is.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind. That wouldn't be okay.
Yeah, like I can understand why people wouldn't want a game about Goblin Slayer. It's like Berserk. Like Berserk would be cool in concept, but when you look at the lore and the story of like both of these, they're just like ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, the animator pack is just cool. It's like playing a newer base to the game because you get a bunch of different decks. Like there is Konosuba, there's Goblin Slayer, there's
Dude, I fucking love Konosuba. It's like the best anime ever.
yes, there's also No Game No Life and a few others, and
Okay,
it's great.
not gonna lie, No Game No Life was like my favorite anime for a while.
I didn't watch it until recently, believe it or not.
Really? Why not?
I guess I just wasn't too. I was like sitting in a phase where I just wanted to watch like the weird stuff or the newest stuff or
Or
just
like actually good anime?
yeah.
Because
I'm not
like,
gonna lie, as good like I would say No Game No Life is good. I wouldn't say it's the best thing I've ever seen.
I think it's a pretty bad anime. Not gonna lie.
I think people overhype it too much, in my opinion.
The main reason I liked it was because it was pretty. That's like
Dude,
the
the
literal only
colors, the
reason.
colors were wonderful.
Yeah, it's just like
I would
a
say,
mind fuck of colors, and that was the main reason I liked it.
like, if you want an anime that really caught my attention, but I think it caught nobody's attention, was Inspector.
Inspector? Wait,
Yes,
is that the one with like the lolly girl who's like
she's a goddess. Not a goddess, but she's like has the abilities to know a lot of things, and the guy that dies a lot.
with the eye patch? Who's like super
Yeah.
edgy but really wants to fuck the dude?
No. She isn't edgy. Inspector, there is this young 17-year-old who becomes, I think, 19 by the end of the first season.
Oh, cool.
Uh,
She's like
um,
actually legal, which is
yeah.
like a problem for Japan for some reason.
So like, so her character is quite interesting, right? Like, it's all about yokais and it's really cool. I thoroughly enjoy it. And one of the main characters, which is the guy,
Yes.
him and his sister, I think, got ate this one creature, a merman, and this other creature at the same time. And anyone who does this essentially dies, is essentially dying. But these
what?
somehow made it up. So anyone who eats these two specific like creatures at once,
Why would you eat the creatures?
because they wanted to gain the ultimate power of life, which is really weird, right?
Okay,
So there's
okay, wait. So you eat these two creatures to gain ultimate power and life, but also it kills you?
well, that's the thing. There's a very high chance for it to kill you. But if let's say you're the lucky guy that makes it through, you'll be able to change the future, not thoroughly, but maybe like make something happen so it goes your way.
Okay, and this is like a fish and a what?
It's like a merman and this other creature who essentially, so one creature gives future sight while the other creature gives eternal life.
Okay. And you said it was like a kappa and a merman?
It's like, no, I said it was like this weird merman creature, and I forgot the other thing. I have to rewatch it and reread it later. Anyway, the entire just thing is that that the ability to slightly change the future but not thoroughly. So this guy, I would say, is kind of underpowered as characters go.
Yeah?
Like, you may think, oh, you changing the future must be like freaking epic, but like, he has to die for it. Like whenever he wants to change the future, he has to die. So then he has to revive because of the weird other creature that he ate.
Oh, wait. So the guy who ate the weird two animals is the guy who dies?
He has to consistently die for anything to change.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And then the girl essentially got, so to gain to gain like great knowledge, she had to lose a literal leg and an eye. I almost said arm and a leg. No, she lost a leg and an eye to receive ultimate knowledge.
Okay. If
And
that's all it takes, then I think I'd take that up.
and it's really cool anime. I would say it flew under a. I don't know. It's just it depends what you enjoy. I feel like it flew under people's radar. Maybe it didn't. Maybe not a lot of people enjoyed it. I loved it.
I that was one of those animes that like I didn't watch, but I watched a lot of the whatchamacallits.
Clips.
Yeah, the clips.
It had comedy. It wasn't the comical type anime, but it had its moments where
Yeah.
it was just like
She was just like, yeah, I want to fuck boy, and then he was like, no, I don't fuck children. And then she's like, but I'm not child.
No, yeah.
And that was like a lot of the comedy.
Yeah, that she looked very young.
Yeah. And she had an eye patch or whatever.
She had like a fake eye. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So
back
not an eye patch.
back to like Slay the Spire to
Mhm.
finish off the mods. There was the better rewards, which essentially gave you more chances to get something better.
Yeah.
There was Azure Blue or Azure whatever. Cool. It was cool. Battleship Ladies.
Oh, Azure Lane or whatever.
Yeah, Battleship Ladies. I gotta say it was pretty. Those are pretty A-okay.
Battleship Ladies is like really funny because it's very horny, but only about ships.
Horny about ships.
I am horny about ships. Wait. What was that anime called again? Inspector.
Inspector. Yeah.
And
You're getting pretty close to what the character looked like.
yeah, this is just from my memory of the clips. Girl.
Don't forget to put a slash between in Inspector.
/Spectre.
Right, try clicking on including results for it.
Oh, there it is. There
There.
it is. Yeah, there
There
she
she
is. Okay, I wasn't that far off. I don't know why I thought that her hat was blue. I thought her hat was blue.
No,
Okay.
She's a great character.
Well, I tried.
Like I gotta say though, going back onto Inspector, what I really enjoyed was how they made death not good. Like kind of in the situation.
I mean, death is never good, is it?
Kind of like in the situation of Subaru and Kazuma, all three of these characters die, but it's not really an overpowered ability for them to die.
Okay, but when Kazuma dies, it's always a joke.
I know. Except
It's
that
not
one
the
time where they
same.
were fighting, like the slime guy, I think was the most serious moment he had to die.
Oh yeah, dude. Fucking any moment in Konosuba cannot be compared to fucking Subaru, who gets like immensely tortured.
No, yeah, but I'm just like pulling like deaths when it's like they really can't. Their deaths is not an overpowered like ability. Like there's some characters, like in history, that are overpowered because they can die, believe it or not. Like before we end off our conversation. So there's this guy, right? His name is Doomsday, right?
Yes.
Let's imagine like the scrawniest person you can imagine, right?
Yes.
Imagine them have their Doomsday. Let's say you snap his neck, he's gonna come back, but with a thick neck. Let's say you shoot him a ton of times, he's gonna come back, but you can't shoot him anymore.
What?
Let's say
I don't think I understand, dude.
So no matter what way you kill him, he'll come back with a resistance to it.
But like, won't that just like fuck up the way he looks and the way he like is?
Oh no, yeah, most definitely. He looks like a monstrosity.
Okay.
Like one way he died, right, was getting like stepped on by like a humongous creature.
Yes.
So he comes back with a bunch of spikes all over him.
Okay, but like, do those spikes ever wear off, or is that just the way he is?
No, that's like some of them did, but he only keeps the spikes in the important parts of his body. Doomsday.
Okay, dude, you gotta send me a picture of this shit because I'm very interested.
He is a DC villain that appeared in against Superman.
Oh, this dude! The fucking I'ma punch you through the earth and back.
Yeah, literally, he will punch you through the earth and back.
Dude, this is like, have you ever played Injustice?
Dude, yes.
Yeah, his ultimate is literally just him grabbing you, punching you all the way through the earth and back.
Like this guy, this is what I mean. Like, no matter what way you kill him, he'll come back to a resistance to it.
Okay, I didn't know who you were talking about for a minute. I thought he was some dude from an anime.
No. This is no anime. This is
Yeah,
terrifying villain.
I had no idea what Doomsday was, except that he was really fucking tough to beat in Injustice.
There's a version of Doomsday that is stronger than him, and believe it or not, it's a Batman Doomsday.
Batman Doomsday? Of course, putting Batman in front of anything makes it awesome, because he's got money.
So it's gonna load in for a moment. So there's a comic, which was a parallel universe, where let's say Batman was against Doomsday, and he couldn't beat him. So what you do is he inject a serum with Doomsday's blood, and it essentially transformed him into Doomsday.
Oh, so it's not Doomsday Batman, it's Batman Doomsday.
Yes, Batman Doomsday. Look at him.
Okay. Yeah, he's a creepy ass motherfucker.
No, yeah.
Hey, we've been talking for like an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah. I think this is a good time to cut it off, huh?
Yeah, I really do. So, hope y'all like that. It was just a podcast or whatever.
A tangent about random stuff in anime or whatever.
Yeah, and also talking about just like the N-word and stuff, and communism.
And life.
Life. Yeah, so see y'all next time on the Futon, Geese. And if y'all like this stuff, we might do it more often. And Kendrick, I just love talking with you. Because, like, you're one of the gamers that can actually have a conversation, and I like it. Yeah. Well, see you next time on the Futon.
Geese.